At this time, there's a member of the public that would like to speak on new business item number 8. With no one coming forward, questions for Brian regarding new business item number 8?
So we have extra clay then, or am I misunderstanding?
Actually, back in 2012, we had extra clay, which from the east pond, and so we stockpiled it with the intent of using it on the west side, and we used that, but we still needed additional clay.
So that's what the 7,000 is for,
right.
Bring in more clay.
Right. Now, you say we're going to try to clean or reline, essentially, a retention pond every year.
Actually, we try to rotate cleaning a pond a year.
So the east pond will be coming up for cleaning next year, correct?
Correct, but we don't anticipate. I mean, the liner will last many years.
Okay.
We hopefully don't destroy it every time we clean it. It's been. Have we ever relined it before?
No, this is the first time, and we've cleaned out both of those ponds at least 3 times.
Okay.
Any other questions? I'd entertain a motion on new business item number 8.
I make a motion that we authorize the city administrator to execute a change order with S&R Excavating in an amount not to exceed $7,182.
Second?
Motion Shute, second Harrison, that we authorize the city administrator to execute the change order with S&R Excavating LLC in an amount not to exceed $7,182. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, motion carries. Thank you, Brian. New business item number 9. Consider adopting a resolution requesting the Johnson County Board of Commissioners find and determine that annexation of land for the Waverly Wastewater Lift Station will not hinder or prevent the proper growth and development of the area or that of any other incorporated city located in Johnson County, Kansas, as provided in Kansas statutes annotated 12-520C. Mike Hall.
Mr. Mayor, members of the council, Gardner Public Works Department is in the process of getting a conditional use permit and a building permit to construct a sewer lift station on the east side of Waverly Road, just north of 191st, as you can see in this map. The purpose of the lift station is to provide gravity flow, is to assist in the flow of wastewater in a kind of a southwesterly direction to the Bull Creek wastewater treatment plant that you can see in the bottom of this map, kind of on the bottom left. So the lift station facilitates the use of that wastewater treatment facility, which is a joint project with Edgerton, City of Edgerton. The city has purchased an easement for the lift station. There's a site plan showing the lift station. Kind of hard to read, but on the left is Waverly Road, up is north. The easement's about 5,700 square feet. It lies within a piece of property on the corner of 191st and Waverly Road. Again, this is an easement. The easement does not adjoin city limits. So, pursuant to Kansas Statute 12-520C, whenever the governing body of any city deems it advisable to annex land that is not adjoining the city, such governing body shall by resolution request the Board of County Commissioners of the county to find and determine that the annexation of such land will not hinder or prevent the proper growth and development of the area or that of any other incorporated city located in such county. So essentially, you're asked to adopt a resolution requesting that the Board of County Commissioners make the finding per the statute. The purpose of annexing it, you might ask, since we're already building it without annexing it, is so it can be served by Gardner Energy. Having it served by Gardner Energy saves the city, depending on how you look at it, either $100,000 in capital costs or $150,000 in capital costs, considering that we're paying Gardner Energy for it and paying ourselves in some way, the $150,000 in savings. This does not even mention the savings in operating costs for paying for the energy year after year. So annexing it is important to the city of Gardner. And so with that, we are proposing that City Council adopt this resolution and forward that to the Board of County Commissioners, assuming they accept the resolution and make that finding. And the resolution does contain a lot of language that helps them to make that finding. Then it would come back to you to adopt an ordinance that completes the annexation process. If that annexation is approved, then the zoning just takes on the zoning that is most similar to what is zoned in the county. Something that is not mentioned in the council action form, but it's an important piece of information, is that we have recently learned that the city of Edgerton City Council met on August 8th and considered a request by the property owner, the person who owns the land underneath the easement, David Nickel, I believe is his name. They entertained a request to annex that to the city of Edgerton, and they accepted that request. That has not taken effect yet because the ordinance that adopts the annexation has not been published to our knowledge. It's also worth noting that we've reviewed the legal description that's in their ordinance, and we have asked them to check it and make sure that it excludes the area of the easement, so we don't end up having an inconsistency. And we believe that they will do that. They are cooperative in terms of, the city of Edgerton is cooperative in terms of the annexation. We've talked to them. They're cooperative in terms of our annexation because they want the lift station to happen because it facilitates their use of the wastewater treatment facility. But we are asking them to check their legal description. And that concludes my short presentation.
Briefly, I'm going to open the floor for public comments. With no one coming forward, questions for Mike Hall?
Are those numbers of 150 versus 50 for us, are those supplied by Gardner Energy, or is that something we've determined?
Those were supplied by Gardner Energy, as I understand. They were supplied to Jim Melvin, who's the project manager for the lift station.
And Jim, do you think those numbers are accurate? Seems like a...
The $150,000 actually came from KCP&L, and the $50,000 came from Gardner Energy. And they are waiving, because it's our facility, they're waiving their labor and time and charging us materials only. So that's why we get it for such a much less price. I think it would have been probably, maybe $100,000 instead. They would have been still much cheaper than KCP&L. But in this case, since they're also, waiving the time and labor, it's $100,000 cheaper.
How big of an area are we talking about for this?
About 5,400 to 5,700 square feet. 100 by 54, give or take, with a little projection.
How much power are we talking about?
They're 10-horse motors. It's not a whole lot of power, but it's something that will facilitate some other things that Gardner Energy is doing.
Such as what?
They're bringing the line down to this from the north on 183rd Street and from the south along 191st Street, and it will also provide power to the big industrial area. And had they decided to annex into Gardner, it would have done so for this tract that surrounds this as well.
So what was their motivation in being annexed by Edgerton? I can't imagine what...
Whose motivation?
Yeah.
The
Property owner.
property owner.
Property owner.